back with another video, and all I gotta say is Cleveland doing what Cleveland does, bruh. Here we go. Here come the cycle. Here come the drama. Y'all tell me why it's reports coming out of Cleveland that they are urging Todd Monken to sign a new quarterback, bruh. Now, we've been seeing all over this internet them pushing this whole Deshaun Watson narrative, and we going to get to him a little later, the reason why they pushing this narrative. Now, with that being said, we heard Myles Garrett the other day. Shador, the guy, it's his job. He was the starting quarterback at the end, and it's going to be everybody else trying to beat him out. Now, I get on the internet today, come across this article about Todd Monken being urged to sign a $30 million quarterback. Now, it ain't no secret. It's a lot of quarterbacks that's finna be free agents this year, bro. I think we all know that. We all seen this coming. It's just the state of the NFL right now. There is a lot of guys that is contracts is over. There's a lot of guys that I feel like they're veteran guys. Now, they already got a veteran quarterback in Deshaun Watson. But let me head on over to Google, pull this up for y'all real quick. That I came across today. Now, I normally skim through stuff like this, but I started putting on my thinking cap like, damn, maybe there could be some truth in this because we've been seeing a lot of the Cleveland up Deshaun Watson, other quarterbacks. That's it might be a little merit to this, bruh. Instead of the Browns urged to sign a $30 million free agent quarterback to replace Shador Sanders. If it's the Cleveland Browns, what's one more quarterback? They tried all the positions at this one point. As it stands, Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel are both going to be on the roster next year. As of right now, I told y'all my feelings on none other than Dylan Gabriel potentially heading to Atlanta. Instead, the Browns should go after him as soon as possible and potentially overpay. Now, there's a quarterback that was a backup quarterback, man. I believe he played for the Packers. It goes on to say Willis has been the Packers' backup for the past 2 seasons and been a quality player when called upon to fill in for Jordan Love. Now Willis is expected to sign somewhere to be a starter or at the very least compete for a starting job. Now, ESPN reported the Browns should go after him as a possibility and potentially overpay him to make sure he signs. Goes on to say they should give Willis $30 million per year now, backloaded, and let him ride it on out as their developmental starter for the next few seasons. Then it goes on to say his tools are remarkable beyond those of Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders, and he has a play style similar to Lamar Jackson, with whom Todd Monken just worked with. This is a good marriage. It's definitely true that the former offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, will be limited in what he can actually do if Sanders or Gabriel is his QB. That wouldn't be the case with Willis. The Browns should be aggressively pursuing and sign Willis in free agency. Why not already leverage aggressively against future cap years? The Browns will start to make financial ground only once they have a quarterback on a good deal. Now, this is a report that they reported on from ESPN. That's very interesting. Now, just like I stated, there has been a lot of information coming out about Deshaun Watson. Something I've been noticing with the Cleveland media pushing this whole Deshaun Watson narrative kind of hard within these last probably since Friday. Since Friday, they've been pushing this Deshaun Watson news. Reason being, Deshaun Watson, we all remember when he was down in Houston, he had the legal situation. I'm here to tell you, Deshaun Watson ain't got that legal situation no more. Oh, no, 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 no. This is why they're pushing this. It's being reported that the last misconduct lawsuits against NFL quarterback Deshaun Watson has been dismissed. The final two of nearly 30 civil lawsuits that the Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson have faced from women accusing him of misconduct have been dismissed, according to court records. The dismissal of the last two lawsuits clears Watson of legal problems he had been facing since 2021 after 27 women came forward and accused him in court filings in Texas of exposing, touching them with, Some of the women alleged Watson 30 forced them to, Now, with that being said, this man right here has become the topic of discussion. I think he has severely becoming a topic of discussion because all of these legal woes are over. Now, granted, every man is innocent until proven guilty. Now, these were never criminal, which that's what gets me I don't know why they don't go with criminal charges, but to each his own. But that could be why he stayed in the NFL is because these were all just civil lawsuits. Now, I don't know, but for whatever reason, bro, this whole situation with Deshaun Watson seems to me that it could be growing legs in Cleveland. So bad that they said just this morning. Let's listen.
So I heard that, and I'm like, wow. Kind of sounds like Nick has come around on Mendoza big time, that he's advocating for the Browns to trade real draft capital to go get him. Yeah. Kenny, is that what you heard?
Well, 2 first-round draft picks. Not going to give up 3, but 2 first-round draft picks is still a lot. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting
because next year, too, so that means you'll find out during this year what people think of him, and there's going to be a lot of hype either way. There's hype for him, and then there's going to be hype against him. So if he sucks, you're like, I cannot believe we gave up our first-round pick this year for this rookie bust. Or you could say it's worth every single penny, worth every single pick, would have done it a million times. It's a big investment there going into next year. So I
like hearing hosts and fans be aggressive to try to team build, to do what you can to improve your chance, especially at the most important position in sports. I think we all agree. But I found it interesting because I remember what Nick was saying the day after the last football game that Fernando Mendoza had actually played, which was the national championship. Here is Nick on that same afternoon show the day after.
I don't think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a franchise quarterback. But is he 6'5"? Is he athletic? Does he have a nice enough arm? He doesn't have a howitzer, but he's got a nice enough arm to survive in this kind of weather. Do I think that would instantly give you a window over the next 4 years to try and compete every single year? Yes, I do.
See, this is the first I'm hearing this, so I have several questions. Do you want to try to answer them before I ask?
Well, let me play it again.
Okay. I don't think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a franchise quarterback.
And then we can just stop.
But he's willing to make that trade. So
when did he say that statement?
That was the day after the national championship game.
Has Fernando Mendoza played in a bunch of games afterwards?
No. Their schedule's over. They are done.
January 20th, the QB he describes, who's not a franchise quarterback, right? Yeah. Not a franchise QB. You're not giving up 2 first-round picks. You're not giving up first-round picks in consecutive seasons for that QB. You're not doing that. Okay? So that was January 20th. All right. So on January 20th, he was not a guy that was a franchise QB. Not franchise. That's the quote. Not franchise, right?
Correct.
Not franchise. And then 3 weeks later, we're giving up 2 first-round picks for him. But we won't give up 3. What happened? What does he know? He must know something.
But I don't think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a franchise quarterback.
I'm not giving up 2 first-round picks for a not franchise quarterback then.
So as you guys just heard there, not only is it the Green Bay backup quarterback, they could be considering getting Mendoza. This is what Cleveland does. But this could all be a blessing in disguise if they get rid of Shedeur. Just saying, food for thought. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this one. Keep them bills on. I will be back with more content, man. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bro. Peace out.